I had appealed to President Obama 3 times and been turned down all 3 times. But when it came to President Trump, he is the reason I'm sitting here today.
You got the same sentence as serial killer Charles Manson.
Worse.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. All right, I got to talk about Alice Marie Johnson. I did another video on her. She is Trump's pardon czar. She's a Black woman. Remember when the demon rats kept spewing Donald Trump is a racist? Well, Obama had the opportunity to pardon Alice Marie Johnson. And according to what I read, reportedly, he denied her 3 times, not once, not twice, but 3 times. But she's Donald Trump's pardon czar. You know, Donald Trump, the so-called racist. Before we get into this video, don't forget to smash the like button, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, hit all notifications so you never miss a video. And I kindly ask that you watch the video to the very end. Also, I want to remind you guys to please follow me on X, Linda B Podcast on X, Linda B Podcast. Something happened to my X account, so I had to get another one. I have to start over. I need you guys to support me there. I'm going to try to do exclusive content. All right, so here's an interview on Fox with Laura Trump. She is President Trump's daughter-in-law. She's interviewing Alice Marie Johnson, and her story is amazing. Alice Marie Johnson was a first-time non-violent offender. Okay, never got into any trouble before. She was serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole. And President Trump pardoned her with the help of Kim Kardashian and I believe Jared Kushner, which is President Donald Trump's son-in-law. So this is something that is amazing to me because, you know, the media has been exposed, caught with their pants down from having lied to us for over a decade about everything, not just about what happened in the election 4 years ago, not just about former President Joe Biden's cognitive decline, not just that. They lied about everything, and they also hide things. They said that Donald Trump is a racist. So if they lied about all those other things, it begs you to wonder, aren't they lying about this too? Because this is a Black woman. Watch this.
She has been just so outstanding, and I'm so proud of you. And we're giving Alice a full pardon. That means you can do whatever you want in life and just keep doing the great job you're doing.
Thank you so much for sitting down with me. Your story is so incredible. When you think back on all of it, I mean, it could be a movie script. It could be a book that people would say, this couldn't even be real. Do you pinch yourself sometimes thinking about all of it?
I do. Every single day that I walk into this building, I've gone from prison house to the White House. And it's just incredible to me that my life would take a full circle journey. 7 years ago, I was sitting in a prison cell.
Wow. It is really remarkable. And then you're here today. You are President Trump's pardon czar.
Yes.
What does a pardon czar do? And how do you determine the people who you then take to the president and say, maybe you should consider a pardon for this person?
It's really easy for me because I've lived it. And so the president has entrusted me with this mission to help him find those people who deserve this second chance, who are similarly situated, not just like me, but who have served enough time, who have paid their debt to society. Plus, there are those who have been, I'm going to say, the victims of lawfare, the same way our president was.
You were a first-time nonviolent offender.
Yes.
And you were given a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Were you prepared for that sentence? And did you feel at all that what you had done warranted that?
Absolutely not. I was not prepared for it. And I definitely did not think that it was warranted. Never been arrested before. Never was criminally minded. Just a bad situation came into my life where under duress, I made a very bad decision to become involved in something that I didn't think it would lead to this. I've never sold drugs. I've never used drugs. And to be labeled with even a queen pin. If I was the worst one in history.
We're going to pause for a moment to find out how you can better protect your retirement savings with Augusta Precious Metals. Gold has historically maintained value in times of inflation and market uncertainty. During certain economic shifts, some investors have considered gold as part of their retirement strategy. A gold IRA allows people to hold physical gold in their retirement accounts, which is something more retirees are exploring. With Augusta Precious Metals, it is an A-plus rated company with the Better Business Bureau. Learn about how thousands of Americans are securing their retirement savings with Augusta Precious Metals. Want to learn more? There's a free guide linked below that explains everything you need to know about gold IRAs. Check out the free resource in the description. It breaks this down step by step. Be on your way to a more secure retirement with Augusta Precious Metals. Let me just say, I'm going to tell you right now, I cannot be any clearer with what I'm about to say. And it's going to come off mean. It's going to come off non-Christian. I'm just warning you, get prepared. Brace yourself. Say a little prayer real quick, okay? Everybody needs to turn their back on the demon rat party. Everybody. Especially Black people. This party has locked up people for non-violent drug offenses, given a life sentence for a first-time non-violent offense. She's never been arrested before, according to her, never done anything like this, never used drugs, never sold drugs. And I'm not sure exactly how she found herself in this situation. Probably she was desperate for money. Maybe she was short on cash and it was a phone call. That's what it was. It was a phone call. First time ever doing anything like this and very nonviolent. And they gave her the sentence of somebody who murdered somebody. It happened during the 90s under that crime bill that Joe Biden authored and the former president, Bill Clinton, implemented it. These are both demon rats. And y'all want to sit up here and act like you just deaf, dumb, and blind, some of y'all that vote demon rat no matter what. And then if somebody put a person of color in front of you, don't let it be a woman. Woo! You better see what that person is about. Look at their history. Don't let the media, who has been proven to be liars, they've caught with their pants down. I can't say that enough with this whole Joe Biden stuff. So what else have they lied about? Ask yourself, why would you listen to someone, a party, a network that you've seen that they've lied repeatedly, not just about one thing, pretty much about everything, allegedly, I'll just say that. It's my opinion, you should never vote that party ever again. And Donald Trump, who they say is a racist, got Black people at the White House, got giving Tiger Woods some kind of medal of honor, and he's been hanging out with Black people, hanging out with rappers, desegregated Mar-a-Lago, got a Black woman for a pardon czar who the Democrats locked up, but yet he's the racist. Y'all better start paying attention to what's actually happening around you.
My case came to the attention of President Trump, and he had compassion on me. He was the first one who really pulled back the layers to my case to say, this is wrong. I had appealed to President Obama 3 times and been turned down all 3 times. But when it came to President Trump, he is the reason I'm sitting here today.
You got the same sentence as serial killer Charles Manson.
Worse.
So why do you think you were given that sentence?
They really came for me very strongly. When my attorney told me that they were offering me 3 years, he said, don't take it. He said, there's no way you're going to be found guilty because you have no money, you have no drugs. But little did I know about conspiracy, that someone can come and testify about something to save themselves, and then I could be sentenced like this. So when they told me life plus 25 years, it was unbelievable. My family couldn't believe it. I thought it was a mistake.
To go from this moment where you're given a life plus 25 years sentence without the possibility of parole, to 2020, President Trump giving you a full pardon, Tell me that moment when you heard, Alice Marie Johnson, you've been fully pardoned by President Donald Trump.
When President Trump gave me the full pardon, I felt that my life was starting all over again, not knowing that I would be advocating and fighting so hard for the freedom of others. President Trump had asked me to go find people like myself, and I brought many to the White House, and President Trump gave those individuals a second chance also.
Do you know the number, how many people you've allowed to have that second chance?
I sent over 100 clemency and pardon petitions to the White House when President Trump asked me to look for them. Over 46 people really were able to get a second chance in life.
Wow. That probably gives people a lot of hope. People who either have been wrongfully convicted, they've had a sentence like yours that just went way above and beyond anything that should have been appropriate. Do you think about yourself back whenever you were in prison and
Yes.
thinking, would anyone even care that I'm here?
I know that it gives families and prisoners around the nation hope that someone like me has been elevated to the position of pardon czar. For the President of the United States, they see themselves in me. They see themselves with the ability to move beyond their mistakes and to go into a future that they're not defined by the worst thing they've done in their lives. I really represent what America is about, second chances, the grit to come back even stronger as a nation, that we've gotten beyond our mistakes from our past. We've learned from them. We have grown from them. We are not a perfect nation. We are an imperfect nation, striving for excellence, striving for the ability to be a beacon to the rest of the world.
Would your story have been possible in any other country?
No, absolutely not. Only someone like President Trump could make my story possible. We needed someone right at that moment, and in this time we're in now, who has the courage to make right decisions. And there are so many others who are serving long, unnecessary sentences, who pose no safety risk and who have rehabilitated, who deserve that second chance.
What would be your hope over the next 4 years while President Trump is in the White House, while you are his pardon czar?
There are laws that have to be changed, because even in my position, I'm not going to be able to find everyone. I am going to find as many as I possibly can find, but I'm also going to be advocating and looking at the things that are out there on the law, on the books, that need to be changed, but to also do what the president has entrusted me to do, and that's find those individuals who need that second chance, those individuals who had lost hope in a system that was totally corrupt. We now know it's not about how much money you have. If you have a corrupt system in place, there is no one safe.
For those people out there who might just be in a dark place of their own, what is your message of hope to anybody who's facing something really tough right now?
The message I will give to them is the sun is going to shine again. Don't make a decision in your life based on a dark time in your life. I want to just tell you about an amazing young man who was caught in a prison called addiction. He's someone who I'm advocating for. But this young man had committed different crimes, petty crimes, misdemeanors. They were all related to his addiction. But he's been clean for 14 years now. He's gone on to get his degree from Columbia, a bachelor's.
Wow.
And now he's about to graduate from Yale University. And he's someone that I'm looking at for a full pardon, because he needs that ability to pass his bar and to practice law. And he's someone that will be a beacon of hope for those caught in addiction. There are so many cases that I've been looking at and reviewing that I'm hoping that these people will get a second chance. And I think that these individuals will give hope to others the same way I've given hope, that someone sees you, someone hears you, and that someone understands.
Almost got me a little teary-eyed. Now, you heard her say she petitioned Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama, who somehow was named in the Diddy trial. But anyway, she petitioned him 3 times and he denied her 3 times. Remember Kamala Harris's passed in California, locking up black people, black folks, for truancy and for drug crimes, nonviolent ones, and had their sentences extended so they can be cheap labor for the state of California. Sounds like slavery, doesn't it? Demon rats, the Democrat Party, the party of slavery. Remember that. Party of the KKK, the party's never switched. The party of the Confederacy, the party of the 94 crime bill. The party of the man who said, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. Remember that. Remember those things. And the party that locked up Alice Marie Johnson, life sentence plus 25 years without the possibility of parole, got the same sentence as a serial murderer, Charles Manson. Make that make sense. Now, we got to do better by American people of all ethnicities, but I gotta say to black folks who vote demon rat most of the time, we need to do better, need to be smarter. Okay. We don't need to let somebody make us emotional regarding skin color and these evil preachers that are in these churches who are plants for the demon rat party. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to smash that like button, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, hit all notifications so that you never ever miss a video that I post. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and march on, warriors.